Welcome back to the Coach Cash Money channel where I show you and share with you cool things that I've seen. We videotape them and put them online for you. But today I'm going to show you what I've been doing for about 20 years now. And that's teaching beginners how to play chess and getting them to about 1400. I've been teaching kindergarten through sixth graders, and most of them, the average rating I teach is about 700 to 800 maybe. And some I keep all the way till, and I coach them all the way till they're 1400. And today's topic is how to improve your chess by choosing your opening repertoire. What does that mean? Opening repertoire. What is that? Well, that means that you just basically get a plan and you learn an opening so you know what to do in the opening phase. So if you divide the three phases of the game, the first third is the opening, the middle part is the middle game, and the end game is when most of the pieces are gone. So let's get into it. First thing I want to show you is be prepared to play e4, e5, and what is your next move? All right. And why don't I suggest d4 as your first opening? Well, you can if you want. Just know that I teach my opponents, my players, just play e4. Actually, nowadays, I just say play e4 or d4. It's not going to matter. It's not going to really matter. I just been stuck with e4 most of my life. Anyways, that's another topic. E4, and be prepared. What if your opponent plays c6 or e5? So I'm going to focus on two openings for you to try, and I'll show you how to get on chess.com and start using them, um, and practicing and enjoying chess a little bit better with these two suggestions. So after e5, you can play f4. That will be the King's Gambit, and that's a complicated opening. So actually, don't suggest it, but feel free to try it. I've tried it myself. I don't suggest d3, just blocking in your light square bishop there. Why not just go ahead and play d4? C3 might be an idea. I've never suggested that. Nowadays, I like playing knight c3 and setting up a Vienna Gambit taught to me by Gotham Chess Online. What a great suggestion. My Filipino friends actually played the Vienna Gambit, but I never picked it up. But when I was black against them, it threw me off. So Gotham Chess taught me knight c3, and I got my rating up on chess.com. It just shot up by 300, 400 points. Uh, it took me a while to learn though. It's pretty sharp. So if I make one bad move, uh, I could be going downhill right there. But I enjoy it. I enjoy learning different openings. It just refresh the game to me. So what do I suggest to people that are rated 400, for example, or going to only their third tournament, for example, and they want to start building their repertoire? I suggest d4 right away. And after e takes d, which is probably going to be your most common response, go ahead and play queen takes d4 if you want. That would be something that you can play with. And test out to see if c3 might be even a better suggestion. I'm going to go with c3 today. Well, before I get into that, if you choose to play queen takes d4, just know where to put your queen after knight c6 and then queen e3. All right. My friend Jonathan Higuereta used to play this against me all the time, and my dad came up with a good line against it to equalize right away, which I won't get into. You need a chess coach, by the way. If you don't have one, that's a cheat code. Get a chess coach. Uh, my dad was my chess coach for the longest time, and he taught me how to equalize other people's openings, and it worked. So c3 is what I suggest. After c3, you can get different things. You can get c takes d, and that's probably going to be your most common thing. I like d5. You might get knight f6. Would you get knight f6? No, knight f6 does not look good. You might get bishop c5. That's a good one. And you might get d6. You might even get d3. All right, but I think your most common one would be c takes d. So let's just go take a look at c takes d. After c takes d, you have a couple of choices, and Daniel Negreanu, one of my favorite online competitors in the poker world, probably my favorite, was taught this chess opening in a video series by Hikaru Nakamura, um, super grandmaster, taught him this, and he taught play how to play knight takes c3, and that is still considered. Oh, it doesn't say. I don't know if that's still considered the Danish Gambit. But what my chess teacher taught me, and I want to teach you, is bishop c4. And then after c takes b is probably going to be your most common response. Here, you can still play d5, but c takes d is just so tempting to hold on to those two pawns. Now you're down two pawns in exchange with a pawn pushed two squares forward in the center. Your opponent has no pawn pushed forward. Well, his is gone. The e pawn is gone. You have your bishop out attacking the Achilles heel in the on the chessboard, f7, and you have your bishop on b2 with a long scope. So these are from far away, they can hurt you. That's what you have for the two sacrifice pawns, and this is really not enough for your two sacrifice pawns. But if you are 400 rated player, you're going to be playing against people 500 and 600 rated, and they won't have enough knowledge to be able to refute your gambit here. You're going to be having the fun, you're going to be in control of the game. You'll probably not be able to win right away, but you'll be attacking and you'll be learning a lot. uh, your opponent will be defending most of the game. All right, so this is the Danish Gambit. I like, in this position, I like d5. If he plays bishop b4, you can play knight to d2. And Kerry Lawless likes to play knight to d2. Kerry Lawless is from Northern California in the Hayward area, and he played this Danish Gambit all the way to master level. Can you believe that? Um, Richard Sherman showed me knight c3, and then knight f6, and then knight d2, and then if he like this, if he takes, because it's a free pawn, because this knight is absolutely pinned. You see that? See the situation here? You can castle. And then if he takes, you can take back with a knight. And if he takes back here to simplify, because he's ahead 3 pawns, 3 whole pawns he's ahead, he might want to castle because he sees the rook threat over here. And then you can play queen to g4. And you see the threat here? Do you see the threat? So for example, if he plays a6, you can play queen to g7. Is that mate? That's checkmate. Can the king move here? No. Can the king capture? No. That's checkmate. So to stop checkmate, he needs to play g6. What other way is there to stop checkmate? You can play d. You can't even play d5. You can play queen. No, you can't even do that. Because if you play queen here, bishop, you can just snatch that off. And he can't even take back because that's absolutely pinned. That's an absolute pin. So he has to play g6. And then after g6, you can slide your queen over to d4. And what can he do? He can't do much. He can do this. And then you can take that for free. And then if he plays something like d5, where would you go now? Jeez, I've been showing this game for ages. Been showing this game for 15, 16, 17 years to my students. Where would you go now? If you guessed queen to g7, you guessed correctly. That's checkmate. All right, so that's the Danish Gambit game. I'm going to stop the video here before I say something dumb. I usually blab on, Is there anything I can suggest to you now? Start with the Danish Gambit. Oh, let me show you one more thing before I end this video. Now what you should do is you should get on chess.com and start playing. But play with certain parameters. So let's go back to home here. And then go to new game. And then go to, when you get to this screen right here on chess.com, go to custom game. Click on that. What you should do is play against people around your level. So use these. See? Rating range. What that means is if it's at minus 50 and say you do plus 50 also, put on plus 50, that will get you an opponent that will be around your level. So if you make a mistake, your opponent might make a mistake also. If you make four mistakes in the game, your opponent is likely to make 4 mistakes in the game also. And it's going to be fun, and chess will be interesting to you again. And one quick thing, in this book, Gary Kasparov, How Life Imitates Chess, Gary Kasparov says, if you can take it, why don't you just set the parameters like this? That means you're most likely going to be playing against somebody better than you 4 out of 5 times. You're going to be playing someone that can beat you. And you'll get beat down, but you're going to be learning a lot. So why don't you do that? Personally, I like just doing it this way. Because I don't want to get down on myself. I want to keep my confidence up. And I just want to keep chess fun. Click play. And then go ahead and play a game. Game on. Oh. On the next video, I'm going to tell you what to do if you are black. All right. So I taught you the Danish Gambit as white. What's an opening I would suggest to you if you were black? All right. That will be the next video. Thank you for watching. I'm going to sign off here and continue playing this game with all of my concentration. Okay. I'll play G6. And this is the Hyper Accelerated Dragon, taught to me by Roman Hashvili online. And Eugene Perelstein. But what's this next move? I think it's D5 Ace Clan. Yeah. D5 X Clan. He says it in his YouTube video. All right. I'm going to play this game. I'm going to stop this video now. For now, what you should do for your homework is practice playing the Danish Gambit with those parameters on chess.com. Or find a friend to play with and use the Danish Gambit. The next video, I'm going to be going over the Elephant Gambit. Then after that, the Solar's Gambit. And I can teach you what I learned about the Vienna game by Gotham. That was fun stuff. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Bye.